Murder Drones has just completed its entire series. The finale just came out literally 2 days ago as we recording this. And it was great. I liked it. As you can see from behind me, you know, it was great. It was fantastic. I loved every second of it. However, along with that, I was like, what would be a fun way to celebrate the finale of a show I like very much? Let me think about that for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Oh, I know. Let's do a tier list of all the episodes. I mean, listen, man. This is a rare opportunity where I'm going to be able to rank something and not have to worry about future episodes coming on later on down the line. They confirmed that episode 8 was the final episode. No more episodes are coming after this. Okay? Personally, I like that. You don't need to expand upon that much further. That's all Liam wanted to create it. That's all Liam wanted to create. So yeah. We're going to do that. We're going to be ranking every single episode of Murder Drones, ranked from worst to best, just to see how the show has potentially improved or gotten worse over the years. Also, model, please stop glitching the f out. Yeah, you, model, stop glitching out. This ain't Glitch Drones, this is Murder Drones. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, you might want to leave, Nico, because you haven't watched the show yet, which this is a good way to say spoilers for the entire series. If you have not watched the show yet, seriously, what the hell are you doing? Go watch it. It's free on YouTube as we speak. You have no excuse. Go watch it. See, you're making my model upset just by not watching it. How dare you? So yeah, with that, why don't I pull up the tier list? Well, actually, technically, the Google Slides. That's right, the Google Slides have returned, baby. Woo! I mean, who doesn't love a good Google Slide, am I right? Who doesn't love a good Google Slide presentation? Just saying. With that, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? This is every Murder Drones episode ever made, ranked by, yours truly, me, myself, and I. Let me go ahead and start out with the C tier. So already, you already noticed that there's a huge difference. Usually, with the tier list, it's usually like A through F, you know? But I will be honest here and say that I genuinely don't think there's like a bad episode of Murder Drones. I just think there's some episodes that are kind of just meh, and that's it. The rest are peak. Finger music, back. But if that's the case, and there's... Okay, hang on, let me restart that. Map is not moving. Well, clearly it's also glitching out, apparently. Sometimes it doesn't move, which that is the sad part sometimes. I'm trying to possibly consider getting a new one, but I still like this one, so I'm going to keep it for now, but you may see a change in the future, who knows. But alright. But if that is the case, you know, even though it's still in C tier, I do gotta ask you guys, what is the worst episode of Murder Drones? Please, tell me right now. If you have watched the show, please tell me, out of all the 8 episodes that have been released, what would you consider to be the worst episode? Please tell me right now. Wait, I see the bands here? Fair enough. And I will just wait a couple of minutes for your responses. Well then, let me check my Discord, so that way I have less notifications later. Okay, just checking. Just noises, cause fuck it. Is this all your Discord message, Nico? And hell yeah. Glad you enjoyed that video as well. Alright. Let's see it. I may have to go with episode 2. Okay. The 4th episode, in my opinion, really? Okay, that one's interesting to me. Oh, wait, you meant 3rd. Oh, okay. Not sure, but maybe episode 3. Okay. There's a lot of hate towards episode 3, it seems. Interesting. So, hi, Sylvia. Well, in my opinion, the worst episode of Murder Drones, at least to me, is episode 5. That's right, the backstory episode, in my opinion, is the worst episode of the entire series. Which, if you will give me a moment, let me explain. I will now explain. Welcome back, Blue Screen. I missed you. Love you as always. I'm just gonna quickly really check my notes. Alright. Okay. So the reason I dislike episode 5, well, okay, dislike is a strong word, but to me, episode 5 is the worst episode, is for one particular reason, and that was how they transitioned in between episodes. Because usually with Bird Jones, they do a pretty good job of transitioning in between episodes. With episode... fuck, I'm forgetting an example. In like episode 6 to 7, you know, beginning in episode 6, they go down the elevator. In episode 7, it continues with them down to the mines from leaving the elevator. That makes sense. In episode 2 to 3, we see Uzi in her little dorm room or whatever and stuff inside the little house area. Okay, genuinely, what is that place called? It's like, I genuinely don't know what that place is called. I just know it's like the bunker or whatever. So, you know, in episode 2 to 3, it ends in the bunker. It continues in the bunker. It makes sense. Episode 5 is just like, you know, we ended off with a bus ride, you know, probably heading back and stuff from originally being at the cabin. And then we're just suddenly placed in the back. And then we're just, you know, suddenly seeing N's backstory and stuff with no, like, explanation whatsoever. And then the explanation we do get feels like the writers are like, oh shit. You know, like the writers kind of realized, like, oh shit, we kind of forgot to write in a backstory episode, so, and then they started, like, scrambling everything together just to make something work. N and B are now being hacked by Uzi, trying to regain their memories, because, yes! It feels so out of place when compared to, like, the rest of the episodes, that when that happened, when they did do the quote-unquote explanation with Uzi telling Ed when she's the crow and all, I'm sorry, it took me so out of the episode. It kind of just ruined my experience for the movie because I'm just like, okay, wow, okay, so you're just gonna tell us exactly what's going on instead of just showing, you know, that happening. Like I say, I think they could have worked with that concept of, like, Ed and V being hacked and then that transitioning to the backstory. If they just, like, showed at the very beginning instead of just showing just immediately jump into the backstory, they showed them, you know, like, walking back from V to the school bus, but then Ed and V, like, breaking down or something, and then it transitions to the TV, you know, the zombie drones tape, and now with NB to the backstory. That could have worked. But I feel like the way they actually did it, okay, I'm sorry. It just left a sour taste in my mouth. It really did just leave a sour taste in my mouth, that storytelling. Virtual, they will like it. Script. Exactly. It felt like that a little bit. But to be fair, that is a rare occurrence. It's just only in episode 5 that this happened. But also, I will be honest, in episode 5, I was never scared. Like, the rest of the episodes moving forward, I was scared at least by something, you know? I mean, this series is supposed to be a horror comedy, you know, like, quotations, right? In episode 5, sure, there was maybe some, like, freaky imagery here and there with sin and all that. But other than that, I was never scared once. Which, you know, if I came to watch Bird Jones partially to be scared, you know, to be terrified and all that, the fact that I wasn't scared is kind of a letdown. You know what I mean? It's kind of a letdown at that point. Just saying. So yeah, that is why I consider episode 5 to be the worst episode of Bird Jones. That's not to say that it's a completely bad episode by any means. It's just really meh. Because the stuff I do like about it is really like seeing the backstory stuff we did get. What's cool to see, and to see a side of B here, you know, that we hadn't seen before, is great. I did like those segments. It just got bombarded down with horrible transition storytelling. I don't know the exact wording, but that's what it felt like. But yeah, overall, it's a fine episode by regular TV standards. There was just a lot that brought it down in my eyes, personally. Was this what I said? It's just meh? Yeah, it's just a meh. This is a meh episode. That's the character model used by Wallach. Alright. No, you're thinking of N here. Ah. Yeah, that's Uzi. There you go. Thank you, Nico. But alright. Now, if you're wondering, what is the second worst episode and where we'll end our C tier rank? Which, yes, every single tier has 2 episodes each in it. Just to, you know, keep it simple and clear and all that. Well, the second worst episode, God, I'm making this sound much worse than it actually is. It's episode 2. Now, I did say before that someone said that this was their worst episode. Honestly, I don't blame them if you know, this was genuinely their least favorite episode in the series. For me personally, I just thought, again, hold on, let me transition. Again, for me, I thought episode 2 was just fine. You know, it's not as, like, degraded in storytelling as episode 5. But, you know, it's fine. You know, it's good for what it is. But I think the reason I did rank it as low is because I will be completely blunt here. I completely forgot this episode existed. I don't mean this slightly. I at least remember one single thing about each of the episodes. I remember something from episode 3. I remember something from episode 4. Hell, I remember something from episode 1, 5, 6, 7, etc. Episode 2, I did not remember jack shit. I didn't remember a thing about episode 2. Which, I will be honest here. You know... There we go. Let's be honest here. If I have watched okay, hang on. Let me restart that as well. If I have watched this series multiple times on my own, but also with friends, and I can't even remember a single thing about it, it will also make my model glitch out again for some damn reason. That's probably not a good sign. You know? If I've seen this episode multiple times, but I can't remember a single thing about it, that's not usually a good sign. You know? Like, compared to some other stuff, again, it's not a bad episode by any means. It's just mad and forgettable in my eyes. Well, except for the scorpion monster here. You watching this episode? It was really cool to see the monster Jason, whatever you want to call it. It was a really cool design. Other than that, though, I forgot everything else. And yeah, there's not much I can say because I completely forgot about it. Obviously, it's not as bad as episode 5 because, you know, the story is coherent compared to episode 5. But yeah, compared to the rest of the Murder Drones episodes, this episode 2 is just forgettable. I'm sorry, but it is. Oh yeah, and also, okay, this is one story gripe I have this episode. Why was, you know, in the first episode, it was he's like, hey, I'm gonna kill all humans. Or no, it's not killing humans. It's like, oh, Dad, you're a piece of shit for leaving me behind when I was trying to, you know, save everyone and you didn't try to save me and all that. But then once, like, episode 2 comes around, Uzi is just like... No, it's, where is it? Yeah, it's this. Uzi's just like, oh, Dad, please, the murder shows are scary. Like, oh my god, I get you're hormonal, generally hormonal and all that, but Jesus Christ, girl, calm down. Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Exactly. And yeah, other than that, again, the episode's just fine. It's just pretty forgettable in my opinion. It's pretty forgettable, honestly. Lucy, Daddy, why you leave me? Also, Lucy, Dad, help me please. This big scary lair. Thank you. Literally. Even though she hugged her dad at the end, she was still mad at him. That is true. But you know, it just felt like total whiplash for me personally. It just felt like a total whiplash at that point. But yeah, there you go. Those are the 2 episodes in C tier. With that, let's move on to B tier. Now, I will be completely honest here in saying this. B tier and A tier were the hardest ones to rank out of any of the episodes. I mean that. I sincerely mean that. Both B tier and S tier, I knew exactly what was going to be put in those, tiers. And I was perfectly happy with my ranking. B and A tier, honest to God, I kept flip-flopping on them like crazy. I'm like, this episode probably shouldn't be there, but should it actually be an A tier? Oh God, I have no idea. What the hell am I doing? It felt like that. It felt like that to me. It honestly did just feel like that. And I did finally reach some sort of conclusion, but honest to God, if my rankings change for B tier and A tier, do not be surprised one bit. Because B and A tier, I kept flip-flopping on. Because I have no idea, because they're so closely aligned, in my eyes at least. Also, real quick, Jesus Christ, I'm already losing my voice a bit. I need to stay hydrated. We put all the characters in Hunger Games to win theme. Well, definitely not Ed. Did you see what happened in episode 6? He's not going to survive the Hunger Games one bit. Do a Russian gift infinity for... Oh lord, Nico, what are you about to send me? Well, while I wait for that, let's move on to the episodes in B tier, shall we? First up on the B tier is episode 1. Yeah, episode 1 is in B tier. Who would have thunk? I mean, honestly, episode 1 is not even bad. I consider it a good episode by regular TV series. And it's a good first pilot to the series as well. You know, it sets up the world and the environment we will be staying in. Explains everything we need to know about the entire story and the plot and everything before we are introduced to the characters and the show truly begins. This is perfect. This is me. The characters themselves, along with their eyes, live. The character model, calm down. The characters along with their designs are pretty fun and interesting, all things considered. My personal favorite being N, of course. And most of all, it did its job in getting me invested in the show itself. No, that's all it needed to do. It did it well, and I like it for those reasons. I think the only reason I did rank it like much lower than some of the other episodes is just because compared to like the rest of the series, it's very much more tame compared to, the later on episodes. But that's not to say that episode 1 is bad by anything. Far from it. It's a good episode. It's just, when compared to like, Peak with some of the rest of the series, it's kind of hard to kind of rank this as high when the rest of the series is peak. Or at least has some peak episodes. Although I will say the horror of the bird drones coming in, to break into the bunker, all that was very creepy. I did like that. Oh yeah, and the animations were good as well for first episode. Again, Nothing anything too crazy. And obviously, as the series continued, they really improved on the models, the lighting, and everything moving forward. But you know, it did its job, and I liked it. You know, that's what you could say about episode 1 overall. It did its job. It did it well. I like it. It's not a bad episode by any means, but compared to the rest of the series, it's pretty tame. But again, that doesn't make it a bad episode. It's just good. And that's all you need to do. Just be good. They make more money, that's another part of it. And that way they can invest it back into the show, that's also... Oh boy, what is the DMs gonna be? Yeah, it's a good pilot for the show, even though I still question how the fuck did Lucy know that a piece of her gun was at the Virgin Slayer. Actually, you know what? That is a good question. How did she know that? Did she just kind of like explore their own first beforehand? Actually, that is genuinely a good question. How did she know about that? I did not even think about that. Oh yeah, and obviously, this is just a nitpick for me, but how many fucking times did, you know, Lucy go bite me? Obviously, you know, the first couple of times it was funny, but after like the 7th time, I was just thinking to myself, okay, can you please shut the fuck up? Like, can future editing me go back, rewatch that episode, and count how many times Uzi said bite me? For real, for real? Because I have no idea, and it kind of scares me how many times he did say it. Okay. Uzi episode 1. Fuck you, Dad, I hate you. Okay, that's actually a funny edit. Hang on, Nico. I'll show your beef because it's funny. Gonna quickly pull up the funny you made. Okay, there we go. This is what it was like. Uzi, episode 1. Fuck you, Dad, I hate you. Uzi, episode 2. Dad, help, please. That is what it felt like with episode 1 to 2. That's what it felt like to me. Yeah. Does he have a blanket? No! Far from it, please. Then took the role bite me phrase a little too seriously. God, what is wrong with chat? Advances episode 1. Oh yeah. Did it for first part, exactly. That is fucking the please. Really, bruh. Hi. Okay. With that, let's move on to the next episode, shall we? Yes, I agree with that. Let's move on to the next episode on our tier list, which is episode 3. Now, I did see someone saw 2 people actually, like, the main consensus was that episode 3 was the worst episode. And I'm sorry, guys, but I disagree with you heavily. I really like episode 3 personally. Again, similar to episode 1, it's not anything too crazy. Obviously, I think they improved on the lighting a lot. Obviously, improved like the character models of the lighting and the movement a lot more since, you know, they had a bigger budget after the first episode did very well. And honestly, this episode was a lot more funny than some of the other episodes. The main star attracted theme was Lucy being forced to go to prom and then see the 2 girls. I forget their... Oh, okay, Doll was one of them, but I forget the other girl's name. Then be like, I'm a chaperone, and she's like, no! That was kind of funny. But the main star attraction to me when it... Okay, model, please. What is wrong with you today? But the main star attraction to me for episode 3 was the entire prom sequence, and specifically the dance, okay? I loved that sequence so much. It's not only if it started giving little hints of Uzi and N potentially, you know, becoming a thing. No. Becoming a thing. There we go. But also that model, oh my god. But also just that entire fight sequence with Doll and Uzi was just so much fun to see and witness, okay? It was so fun just seeing like Doll like pull the multiples of knives and then Uzi dodging all that and Uzi jumping on the tables and all of that just to get closer to Doll. You know, it was just so much fun. All of that. And plus the music in there. Actually, hang on. Let me replay the music real quick because holy shit, that music was a banger there. Hold up. Let me replay the music. I'm gonna need I just quickly jam to this song real quick. Because I need this song in my veins, please and thank you. Wait for that beat drop. Like, come on, it's such a banger! You kidding me? The song was fantastic! Okay, wait. Oh, damn, Glamrock Chica, thank you for the 10 Canadian. Jesus. What's your opinion on Yokai Watch games? I've never heard of them. I'm very sorry, but thank you for the money. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, it's from the prom side team for episode 3. It's a banger. You better include a bunch of dancing beats such as setting to the background for the editing. No, trust me, I am. I'm absolutely going to do that. Are you kidding me? That's why I'm playing the song. But yeah, AJ Disparito, you outdid yourself with that song, and I absolutely love you for it. Thank you for going all out with the prom song. And yeah, overall, I liked it. It was a good episode of Burger. Not as crazy as some of the future episodes later on down the line, but it did its job, and I liked it. Oh yeah, and the horror. Well, not specifically like horror, but that entire like scene where Uzi and Envy are going through Doll's bunk or whatever you want to call it, seeing the bunches of like dead corpses and body parts laying all around. It was very freaky. I did not enjoy that sequence. Oh, okay. That's a lie. I enjoyed it because it scared me, but you know what I mean. Yeah, overall, I like episode 3. Sue me, internet. Sue me. Well, actually, no, not sue me. Bite me, then sue me. There we go. Now we're making relevant to Murder Jones. Sounds like an average Murder Jones episode. True. True. Too dark for you? Oh, no, I've seen darker shit, okay. It just caught me by surprise when that happened. Oh, yeah, and I guess the bathroom scene is, well, also caught me by surprise as well. It was when they started to up the horror aspects, in my opinion. Imagine making the animation that scene. True. True. But yeah, with that, it's time for a water break, guys. Please, stay hydrated if you have not already. Please, do yourself a favor and do so. Because if you don't, just know that sin is rapidly coming towards you and running towards you as we speak. Trust me, you do not want to deal with sin. Just saying. This early? What do you mean early? You can never not have a water break. Are you kidding me? Does apple juice count? No. Go drink water. Do I eat the water? Sure. You can go with that. Oh wait, and I just realized Nico sent me a new meme. Hold up. Let's see. Okay. Okay, hold up. Alright, Nico. Let's show the new meme you made. As you can see, he didn't really change it too much. He just added Uzi's hair, which is funny. But yeah, very accurate meme. Very accurate meme. Actually, this is a good opportunity to switch to music. Do that. Go with this music. Here we go. I improved it. Exactly. You did improve it. Princess Crush is so freaky, but to think about how it happened is true. Very true. But alright, with that chat, it's time to move on to the A tier. Now once again, it was kind of hard to move A and B tier around, but I think I got a consensus, and I'm gonna stick with it, because God forbid I change it now. God forbid if I do that. Actually, something real. Here we go. In A tier, oh, okay. The first episode I have in A tier, guys, is episode 6. Oh man, episode 6 was just really fun to me. Obviously, just like, I feel like episode 6 is when shit really started to go down and they were really starting to hype up the finale and stuff like that. Because so we got all the stuff with like Tessa causing a rift between everyone, and it just felt like the storytelling was starting to become a lot more mature and a lot less of just like, oh, the funny drones and funny horror scenario, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? But also, at least for me specifically, I love the dingoes in this episode, man. I love them as like antagonists or whatever you want to call them, alright? The design of the dingoes is just fun, being like a reference to Jurassic Park and all that. But also just like being the like kind of terrifying. How do I put this? Not bites, but God damn it, I just lost my words. I love bird drones. Oh yeah, same. But I just love the dinos, especially when it comes to the horror for them, because they were terrifying on their own, just being like a dinosaur type creature that will just like hunt you down and rip you apart within a second no matter what. But with the added factor of like, oh yeah, they can flash you like a camera and then basically cause the murder drone to turn into a state of paralysis with not being able to do anything except just sit there in terror as these dingoes rip you apart. Holy shit! I mean, I don't know who specifically came up with the dingoes, but whoever you did, just know I love you for that. And yeah, I just love the dingoes in this episode. I very much do. Oh yeah, plus when it comes to the horror, both Alice and the baby drone were pretty creepy, like antagonistic forces as well. I should really do more research before I do anything. Oh my god. But you know, just seeing this, you know, like I was like, slice up all the murder drones just to like, you know, survive however she can. And also like seeing like the baby drone, which was the most interesting character out of the two for me. Because you can tell like the baby drone does not want to be there, but much rather not want to like cut all these drones up and everything. But isn't until like, you know, until End comes along, it's like, hey, you might want to cut here, you know, even though he's about to be caught up. It's still nice to the baby. I don't know why. It's just, and it's just very sweet that way, you know? And it's just very sweet that way. And then that's what, you know, makes the baby be like, oh, these guys are nice. Let me just sacrifice myself so the dingoes can eat me alive. Let me just say, worth be sacrificed, but Jesus Christ. I don't know what was scary, raptors or how End acted during the surgery scene. Honestly, fair. Honestly, fair. Let's subscribe. Hell yeah. Pretty Uzi Abby. Oh, hell yeah. So again, the interactions with like, quote unquote, grown-up Tessa. We all know obviously that's not the case anymore. But, you know, the interactions with Tessa causing the rift between like N, B, and Uzi. Because, you know, originally in the backstory, Tessa seemed all nice and sweet and all that. But then, you know, in the present, this adult Tess Tessa doesn't seem to be the same Tessa. But because, you know, she was friendly in the past and all that, and if we want to trust her and still try to trust her and believe her when she's saying all this, like, worldly type stuff, before obviously, you know, the bullshit is revealed and she turns into Sin anyway. They're gonna have to cut Jesus' finger off. Oh yeah, dude. So do not remind me of the horror with the finger stuff, man. I hated it as well. I hated it. Oh, and of course, the fight scene with like V and the dingoes were so much fun. They were just giving us a slight little taste of what the future fight scenes were gonna come in episode 7 and 8, and I really liked it. But oh man, it doesn't take away from episode 6 though, because seeing V catch that bullet and then throw it at the dingo man was so badass and cool and just love it. Episode 6 they were hinting both Ed and Uzi being a thing a lot. That is also true. They were also starting to develop that relationship out, which was nice to see. And also, dude, the freaking sacrifice scene, man. I won't say I cried, because I didn't. But man, I felt it. I felt it, even though I kind of knew in the back of my mind as well. Like, okay, she isn't dead technically yet. I will believe she's dead when I see a corpse. Okay? I will believe that. And thank God I did not believe she was dead. Because then when she was released in episode 8, you know, to still be alive, I was like, yes, she's back! You know, and I was jumping out of my seat in excitement. There you go. For magic FNAF transformation. Whatever the hell that means. And yeah, overall, I really like episode 6. It's a great episode in my eyes. It's not the greatest episode ever, but I very much enjoyed this episode. Also, I just realized I had it as number 3 because remember when I said I kept flip-flopping? Yeah, this was originally the number 3 spot, but then I realized, wait. The one I have in number 4 spot actually deserves to be number 3, and episode 6 actually deserves to be in the number 4 slot. I guess I forgot to change the number. So, oops. Oh well, sue me. Or, actually, please, don't sue me, please. For the love of God, please do not fucking sue me. I cannot afford to be sued right now, please, God. There's no way they would get rid of V like that. I mean, honestly, if they did, I wouldn't have been mad, because that's a pretty badass way to go out. Especially sacrifices or stuff like that, just saying. You can change that editing? I know, but I'm lazy, man. I'm a lazy guy. I'm lazy, okay? Lazy. Alright? But you know what I'm not lazy to talk about? I'm not lazy to talk about how episode 7 is in my number 3 spot and also in 8 tier. What can I say, man? I just love episode 7 and the stuff it builds up towards episode 8. I almost forgot for a moment what I was about to say, but I thank goodness I catch that thought and said it out loud. I guess you could say. The lazy guy who drinks water? Exactly. I mean, there's so much to love about this episode, right? I mean, first of all, we got the reveals of both, not only just like Uzi's mom being alive, just in a different body, but also see the horrific reveal of Tessa, adult Tessa, not being adult Tessa, and instead Sin, quote-unquote, disguised as Tessa, wearing her skin, like, unironically like a suit. Being absolutely freaky and horrific. Absolutely freaking horrific. But, I mean, I can't lie also and say that I kind of love that it scared me. You know, I'm honestly making this sound like it's worse than it actually is, but you get what I mean. Yeah, along with that, just the horror in general, I feel like was a huge step up from the rest of the series. because seeing like Ed be dragged away from all those hands by the ghost thing he mentioned or whatever it was. Suit FNAF? What? Yeah, exactly. A FNAF Spring Rock suit? Maybe. You also see the horrific imagery of quote-unquote Tessa chasing up the doll and killing her off in the process. With no build-up for her, by the way, or like a dramatic death for the doll. He has such a, huge plot line in this series, and then they just kill her off out of nowhere. Because, usually I would be kind of mad about, but here I felt like it was deserved. If not deserved, I felt like it was earned. Like they were writing it up, that moment, to build up to that, and I liked it. But the huge standout moment for me in this episode, man, was the entire church fight sequence, okay? Seeing Uzi and Uzi's mom fighting against each other, circling around each other, flashing and dicing and all that was just huge eye candy to my eyes. I did not want it to end. Like, compared to the other fight scenes in the series, up to that point, episode 7's church fight scene was my absolute favorite, man. Again, loved it. Loved every second of it. I'm just quickly checking the notes real quick to see if there was anything I may have forgotten about. Oh, that's pretty much it. All the notes I have for episode 7. Wanted to keep it short and sweet for episode 7, I guess you could say. And yeah, just overall, really love episode 7 for what it does. Absolutely love it. And yeah, with that, as much as I do love it, I will admit, though, that it doesn't deserve to be an S tier. What does deserve to be an S tier, however, is the next batch of episodes I'm about to talk about. But again, quickly, I'm gonna stay hydrated. He didn't kill up Doll, she was honestly a cool character. Honestly fair. I also really liked Doll a lot as well. I just found her very interesting. Especially as Yeva's daughter, or whatever it was. But alright. Let's talk about the S tier in this tier list. The top 2, I would say, first. The first episode in S tier me, and the second best episode in the entire series, in my opinion, is episode 4, man. Now, I will admit, compared to like episode 7, 6, and 7 in terms of its quality, it doesn't compare. But for me personally, I just had a lot more fun with episode 4 than episode 6 and 7. Where episode 6 and 7 are more serious for obvious reasons, episode 4 is just plain old fun with some like horror elements thrown in that I just love. And I feel like, honestly, compared to the rest of the episodes in the series, episode 4 used its theming, in this case camping, to be, the best they used in the entire series. Like, shit. Sorry. The image on the top is not concerning. Yeah, it's not concerning at all. What are you talking about? Like their use of the final girl, but that being killed. Camp activities that led to some murder drones deaths, which is kind of sad, but oh well, it's murder drones, what do you expect? The couple going to the room. Not the room. The couple going into the woods for some non-YouTube friendly things. And of course, the classic split up tactic used amongst an entire group, which they still use for some goddamn reason. I don't know why they do, but they do. And I'm also, again, checking my notes real quick because I think I'm forgetting something. Yeah, I had to prepare a lot for this one because compared to, like, doing the Bluey tier list, I had to kind of, like, re-remember some stuff about Murder Jones before I did this tier list. Not gonna lie. Oh no. You guys should give the show a chance. Please do, Nico. It is great. Oh, but also, like, this episode in general was just absolutely hilarious to me. Out of all the episodes up till that point, episode 4 was the most funniest to me. See, like, the Bug and Uzi trying to communicate with Ed, but Ed being a dumbass, and, you know, just like, you're like, oh, hi, Uzi, and Ed just, not Ed, and Uzi just be like, ah! And also the use of, like, is there any pictures in this book? And then Uzi just be like, nah, bitch. And then you can just be like, no! And see, you know, you guess something's probably being killed off screen, which is funny. And I do hate to admit it, but all the devs involved in the campers did make me laugh. in one way, shape, or form. Whether it be the bow and arrow, or just be killing them because, yes. I don't know. But yeah, even though as well, it was the funniest episode in the entire series for me, it was also, up to that point, the scariest episode as well. Because, dude, seeing the absolutely horrific imagery of Uzi just, like, eating up the insides of her fellow classmates and, like, throwing it up as she's, like, being transformed into this, like, mutated monster because of the solver being inside of her was absolutely freaky and horrific. And then seeing her, like, hunting down all her classmates through the woods and all that with no hesitation because the solver in her is just completely taking over. Holy shit. Like, episodes 1 to 3 were good in terms of their horror in some aspects, but episode 4 was the one that scared me the absolute most. And I love it. I love it, man. If you're gonna call yourself a horror comedy, scare the shit out of me, okay? Don't call yourself a horror comedy and then not scare the shit out of me, okay? Do it. Please. I want to be scared. Probably make a new remember have a heart attack from this episode. Very true, though. Very true. Tower? Hell yeah. This video's gonna be fun to edit. But even despite, you know, it being the funniest episode and the scariest episode up to the point, it was also, in a way, the most mature up to that point because we got that whole, like, interaction between Uzi and just trying to talk it out and just help Uzi calm down from turning into a horrific monster without her will, without any free will, you know? And then just trying to comfort her because he's a very nice friend like that. Or in the later, boyfriend. You know, it's a really nice and mature moment that I feel like the series really needed. Because we had, like, little glimpses of it, I guess, here and there. But this was when I feel like the series really started to, like, edge into, like, you know, obviously still having the funny and scary moments, but also having some mature moments. I feel like the series desperately needed if they were going to continue on with, like, episodes 6, 7, and 8 moving forward, which was nice to see. I want to imagine this one will take you possibly less time to edit, 4 or 5 hour stream. Hopefully, yeah, that is the hope. Yeah, that is the hope. But alright. And yeah, just overall, I had the most fun up to that point with episode 4 compared to any of the upper episodes, alright? Episodes 1, 2, and 3 are good, but 4 was the one that got me really hooked into the series and made me love it, alright? That's why I have it ranked so high. But I will say as well. Well, first of all, water break. Stay hydrated, or else Sin is coming for your ass. Just saying. Okay, not gonna lie, I completely forgot I had that there. I honestly just completely forgot I had that there. My bad. But it's fine. No, it's fine. We're here now. That's all that matters. However, I would not consider episode 4 to be the best episode of Murder Jones, okay? The best episode of Murder Jones in my eyes is the best episode for a reason, okay? While all the rest of the episodes are good or great even in their own regard, this is the one that's the best one. And if you know what episode it is from just knowing all the episodes, you already know which episode I would consider to be the best episode. And that episode is episode 8, baby! The finale! And I just awoke everyone in the house by screaming that. Oh boy, I hope I will not get kicked out tonight and sleep in the grass. Hi, Liam. Yeah, dude, just honest to God, the finale had so much pressure going into this, okay? Episode 8, / the finale, needs to do so much because if you don't know already, the finale to a TV series can make or break it, alright? So you can have a good series overall, but if your finale is so bad, people are going to consider the rest of the series to be bad, and it's going to ruin the reputation of the entire series. It happened in Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and if this episode was horrible, it would have ruined Murder Jones completely, probably, most likely. Oh, hell yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's a good series. But yeah, dude, just episode 8 is so good as a finale, dude. Oh my god. I mean, where do I even fucking begin with this finale, dude? Oh my god. I mean, I guess a good thing to start with is just like, I love the set piece they have for the final sequence. Being a mixture of like space, but also just like have broken parts of the planet, their whole planet, and have to like jump back and forth in between planets, stuff like that, or try to hang on for dear life as they try to fight these, you know, Sid and Jay. Is just, oh, it's so much fun. I love it. And also, like, the little nods of character arcs of the dad, you know, being scared originally and being a pilot, quote unquote, even though he crashed it. And even Lucy's mom, you know, I'm forgetting her name, but her not being able to, like, like meet up with her daughter and all that. And hell, even Uzi and En finally coming together today. Like, all those character arcs coming together in this finale in an awesome way is just... great! Are my choices perfect then? Honestly, I mean, she generally believes that she was on the winning team. So, like, fuck it, right? We'll be in the final change music and then... Oh, don't worry. I have the music as separate audio files, so I can just easily edit it out. Don't worry. Don't worry, Nico. Don't worry. And also, dude, the scares in this episode were fantastic. Especially with Sin, man, okay? Seeing her run towards Uzi and in full speed. And with all the hands like coming out of the darkness and through the pipes, both Uzi and En just have to sit there in silence, holding their breath, just praying to God that they do not get caught. Oh my god. It was scary as hell. Not the scariest in the entire series, in my opinion, but still very much horrific nonetheless. Alright, just being cautious, of course. Apologize. We're about to get in. And dude, we all know that the animation and the fight scenes were just gorgeous in this series finale, okay? The movements of the characters, the choreography with the fight scenes, and the colors of the lighting coming down on everyone is just chef's kiss. Loved all of it. It was visual eye candy to my eyes, and I loved it. Yeah, I got Simmered exactly. It was like that. And dude, oh my fucking god. When that 2000s Nightcore music started playing, I knew like, oh shit, I am in for something great. Let me grab my popcorn and my water bottle and just enjoy the goodness that's about to happen in front of me. And they did not goddamn disappoint. Look, if you watch the fight scene, you would know how goddamn beautiful and a masterpiece that fight scene is, okay? The choreography fitted in with the music, which the music, by the way, holy shit, genuinely a banger. Absolutely fantastic song and a great final fight scene music for this series. Okay? Absolutely fantastic. Again, the composer, you did outdid yourself. Thank you for outdoing yourself once again for this finale. I could not resist music. Exactly. Could not resist it. Miss Christine had that you returning and the fight scene her whole house shook. Exactly. Also, me by you meant B, sorry. And yeah, just... I mean, like, dude. We thought, like, we were eating good with episode 6 and episode 7's fight scenes. No, those were just the appetizers, okay? That final fight sequence was the whole full course meal, okay? That whole fight sequence was the 4-course meal, and I enjoyed eating and consuming every single microsecond of it, okay? Right? It was great. That's all I can say. It was just great. But also still having those, like, you know, sincere and nice moments of just, like, the funny moments where Ed and Uzi are having the handshake in the middle of a fight for some reason. When they finally defeat everyone and Ed and Uzi are just hugging it out and all that. That scene, Uzi's mom and Uzi's dad interact for potentially one final time. Well, technically not the final time. You've seen the end credits, but this is not their only time interacting. But you get what I mean. Like those sincere, but those funny moments are just all fantastic and just... Listen, man, episode 8 is just fantastic, and it's a fantastic way to end a fantastic series, okay? Leave me the fuck alone! We all know it's great, okay? Leave me the fuck alone. Please don't bite me. That would be disrespectful as fuck if you did. But yeah, episode 8, genuine masterpiece, a fantastic way to end an awesome series, and that's why it's in the #1 spot. That's why it's in the #1 spot. And yeah, I guess with that, my model is gonna glitch again, my goodness. But also with that, we have completed the entire list. Which if you're curious, this is the full list. In all chronological order, as you can see. But real quickly, I just want to say again real quick that, you know, I may have bashed it a couple of times with like at least episode 5 and 2 and maybe like I may have bashed it a couple of times with being teaser, but honest to God, like Liam, Glitch Productions, and everyone that worked on this show, you all did fantastic, okay? The series is going to be loved by, like, millions of people across generations for years to come, alright? The series is going to go down as one of the greatest YouTube series of all time, and you all should be very much proud of yourselves for such an awesome series. And whatever will be next for Liam and Glitch Productions, we kind of know what's next for Glitch Productions. Whatever Liam works on next, whether it's Glitch Productions related or not, I can't wait to see what they do next. Because, you know, yeah. I'm just excited to see what they are working on moving forward. And I will fully support them in whatever they do next. Yeah, there you go. Game inspired me to make an indie show and I'm working on it as we speak. Hell yeah. Good luck with that. I've been 8 artists here, really, for you. But yeah, with that will now conclude this stream, chat. What a fun thing to do, you know? It was fun and simple, and I enjoyed myself. Very, very much did. But with that as well, you know, unfortunately, we do gotta edit at some point. So I'm gonna end my Bird Drones Speak Out session right here. Okay, if you did make it to the very end of this, thank you very much for watching. I honestly very much do appreciate it. You hearing me nerd out about this cartoon series and all that. If you'd like me to potentially talk more about another indie anime series, like maybe Hell of a Boss, perhaps? You know, the best way to let me know of that is unironically by slurping that subscribe button to stay hydrated. Just saying. Because it shows me that you want to see more of this stuff, that you want to be here when I do potentially do that stuff moving forward. You know? Plus it's always appreciated. So yeah. But with that, chat, I'm gonna edit off here. So as always, I will see you in the next cartoon. Goodbye, everyone!